Hello, language learners. Welcome to another Fluenz vlog. And today is Hot Topic Day. We are going to talk about accent. And I have a very particular point of view on this topic, and it's the very core of the Fluenz methodology. So, time and time again, I see people pour in incredible amounts of effort and time into getting the right accent. And time again, I see how people get incredibly frustrated at attempting to get natural pronunciation. So what's my answer to this? Forget about accent. Now, I'm not saying to forget about it forever, but definitely at the very beginning, this should be at the bottom of your priority list. Learning a language, it's hard. It's really, really hard. So we need to economize and optimize our time, effort, and attention span. I don't know about you, but I can only learn so many things at once and actually recall them later. So at the very beginning, when you're just starting out, you have way too much information to keep track of, to also add on to that perfect pronunciation. When you start out, you're going to need your brain to get used to the new structures. For the most part, for the new languages that you're going to learn, you're going to have to reorganize your words because they have different word order. So that's one thing to keep in mind. And then there's the new vocabulary. Words are just sounds, and well, new words in different languages, they're just strange sounds to us. So you need to pair up those sounds to an image and then actually be able to recall them. So right off the bat, you're asking your neurons to make all sorts of complicated connections, and that's just structural. Accent is about pronunciation, and pronunciation is about being able to make these sounds. It's more of a physical activity. So you might find that there are some sounds that use mouth positions that don't exist in English, or something that is more nasal, for example. So you have to teach your mouth and your muscles to be able to come up with that sound. So it's a different type of training, completely different than the structural. And to get it right, it needs intense focus. My point is that I believe in doing less things well than doing more things halfway. At first, focus on being at ease with the language, on being able to come up with what you want to say by yourself. Accent-wise, absolutely, pay attention to how you sound, but your goal should be to be understood and not to be perfect. After you're more comfortable with the language, then you can switch your focus and make pronunciation a goal in itself. And when you think about it, think of somebody that you know or that you've heard of that speaks English with an accent. And wouldn't you rather speak your new language like that than not at all? Well, I know I would. And that's how I started. I mean, I still mispronounce quite a few things in English, and forgive me for that. And that's how I started with my other languages. French is a great example. I started getting a grasp of the structures, and those Frenchy sounds, they're tough. You really need to train your tongue and your nasals to get those right, and I still don't have them absolutely right. Look at the comments in the French examples. There are plenty of French people that think that the way I say please sounds very childish, s'il vous plaît. But I'm trying, I'm working at it, and I'm getting much better. I sound very well, I have a good accent, but it's by no means perfect, and I think that's okay. When people come up to me and speak Spanish with an accent, I'm not bothered by it. I think it's absolutely wonderful. I understand what they're saying. They're communicating in a new language, and that in itself is incredible. And if you want to work on the way you sound, I promise you that if you dedicate yourself to it and you just put a whole bunch of effort onto that particular goal, you can get a lot better. It's going to be easier for some of you than for others. It does depend on the musical ear, but you can get there. But first, you need to be able to come up with those structures, to get that vocab right, to be able to say what you want to say without hesitation. So, there you have it. That's my take on accent. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know on the comments below. If you like these videos, subscribe above, and see you next time so we can talk languages. Bye.